Hey guys, welcome to DemDMs. My name is Fox Ghost,
I'm Matt.
And I'm Panda Ghost.
and today we will be talking about our group's current D&D campaign. So if everyone's ready, let's slide on in. Story time with DemDMs.
Yes, story time with DemDMs. So we're going to talk a little bit about starting with the campaign that we're currently in, and giving you guys kind of an idea of what is going on in that, and kind of giving you a basis, because we're going to probably talk about it a little bit through different topics and things like that. We might use it as an example, and we might get into other campaigns and adventures we've run or stuff like that. But to give you guys a little bit of a lowdown, currently in our group, I am DMing a game that I wrote. It is set in the Critical Role Exandria, and it's based on storylines that were kind of detailed out slightly in the campaign setting, but it expands on things and widens to different parts of the story. But basically, right now in the story, the players are attempting to stop a apocalyptic event. I know, original, right? Apocalyptic event where a dimensional rift is being created that is leading to the abyss. Okay. Now this dimensional rift is open currently. It is spewing out lesser demons and things like that from the abyss, and kind of being checked by some of the armies of the peoples of Exandria, while players are out about doing their stuff to kind of ultimately stop the threat. And so they've been going through a challenge right now where they are amassing pieces of a relic that they need, which is a very well-known relic in D&D, the Rod of Seven Parts. They're going around finding these pieces, putting them together, and are with the hope of using it to end this apocalypse, or end this assault on the material plane. And so with that, I've been kind of tying in different locales from the campaign settings, both the Wildmount book, Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, and the original Tal'Dorei campaign setting. Unfortunately, Tal'Dorei campaign setting Reborn came out like a month ago, and I've been doing this for over a year, so it's unfortunate because it's a little bit more updated. So it would have been nice to have that originally, but it is what it is. I don't think it's that much different from what's in there. And they've kind of gone all throughout the world at this point. They've been in several of the cities that they go to in Critical Role. Vasselheim, Amon. They went to Marquette for a time. They went almost all around Tal'Dorei. But now they're kind of going the Underdark. They were in for a little bit of time. Went around the Yug'Varil for those Campaign 1 fans, and some other places like that. And eventually, now what they're doing is kind of plane hopping. They're going from plane to plane, trying to find these pieces. And one of the planes was actually Strahd and Castle Ravenloft, because I had previously run a Curse of Strahd campaign and basically said, oh yeah, that's all canon in this world over here. Mm-hmm. Now you guys are kind of coming in after that fact. And if kind of engaged with that, did a little bit like a quick, dive into what is written in the Curse of Strahd module, with some augmentation, so it wasn't such a repeat of what they'd already done. Right. And then, now they're going into another plane of existence, which they don't know about yet. And I'm not going to tell you because two of them...
No spoilers.
...around this podcast. Yeah. So there are some things that I won't discuss yet, but they've been going around plane hopping and obtaining these pieces. And I think you're at, 5 out of the 7 pieces, I believe,
something
is where
like
you guys
that.
are currently at. Yeah, and I think you're around like 50 level.
D&D Beyond open, which D&D Beyond has made playing D&D so much easier.
Yeah, we're not sponsored or anything like that, but D&D Beyond, we love you.
D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
if you want to...
If you want to sponsor this podcast, please let us know. But no, definitely, the tools that have come about around the same time of 5th edition have made it that much easier to play D&D. Roll20 is another one, and any virtual tabletop that people get into.
Yeah.
It's very to play D&D now, which is, I think it's one of the main hobbies that I have that wasn't stopped by the pandemic, because we just jumped on Roll20. It was just another day,
I mean, we were already on Roll20 because spread out across the country.
Yeah.
The East Coast.
Yeah. And so, all in all to say is that, in my game right now, it's a Tal'Dorei campaign. So, if you hear about certain locales and stuff like that, that's probably where we're pulling from. But yeah, it's going well. They're gonna get to 20th level by the end of this. I'm gonna let them play at 20th level, because I don't think we've ever gotten up that high. I feel like you might have gotten to like 17th or something in one of our campaigns at one point, but never got up to 20. So it's gonna be fun. And I have some fun things planned for that 20th level fight. This game has really been kind of like a ramp up from all the other games that I've done. I feel like, obviously it's the most level of experience of DMing I've ever had at this point. And it's also a game that, I haven't written a game that has lasted this long. I think I've done a lot of like small adventures before, but it's my first campaign. It's going well, I think. I haven't permanently killed anybody.
You have killed us, but not permanently killed us. So yeah.
Hey, surprisingly, only 2 people have died so far.
Yeah.
And they're both the rogues.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have two rogues in this campaign. I'm surprised we've lived as long as we have.
2 rogues, a ranger, a wizard, and now a fighter.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason why you guys have any kind of frontline at this point. But yeah,
the other rogues, we're kind of frontliners now.
Yeah, you guys kind of
now that we have magic items and 15th level.
Yeah. But I mean, you can ask these guys, but my favorite. This game has really kind of hit on every single part of my DM style, which is a little bit more leaning towards the roleplay side of things than it is to the combat. It's what I enjoy. I also enjoy emotionally tormenting them from time to time, which still occurs. So it's good. But yeah, it's been a great game.
I'm the only one left that you have to emotionally torment.
He's been emotionally tormenting you the entire time.
Well, yeah.
I got a couple targets yet. Don't you worry.
I guess fine. Last session
I'm just spacing it out.
You hit Kira pretty hard with the emotional torment. But Rhoda,
I gotta pass it around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't just be on one person all the time. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much my campaign. If you hear us talk about it, it's actually I gave it the name of Epic Events. It's very self-important, grandiose title. But if you hear us talking about it, that's what we're talking about. It's the current game that we're in. It's gonna probably wrap up here in the next few months, so it probably won't be that many of our stories for this podcast, but it will probably be for a little bit.
Thank you for watching the DemDMs podcast. We release a new video every Thursday. Feel free to continue the conversation in the comments down below. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to smite that like button, subscribe, and sneak attack that notification bell to ensure that you're up to date on all our new content.